Yo, what's going on, y'all? We back in the zone with VNZ. This is Val.
It's your boy Cyrus. What's going on, Val? How you feeling, big dog?
Feeling good, man. Another day closer to the big day. Every Sunday is a big day, but it's Chiefs week. So I'm excited. I'm pumped. You know what I mean? Got the Sabres gear on because I'm gonna try to
Val,
tap in a little bit. Z, don't come up.
Val,
Z, I'm gonna tap in a little bit.
Velpo.
I'm gonna warn you, Z. Hold on, let me finish this. I'm gonna warn you. I will fall off that train so quick.
Yeah, all right.
All right, just like I'm a fake Sabres fan, but
Been here before.
man, you already know, man. I've been on and off they bandwagon for a minute, but how you doing though?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I can't complain. It's a beautiful day. That's a nice jacket though. I'm with it.
Got this joint. I want to say maybe about 3 years ago. Me and Ev went to a Sabres game for it was one of our anniversary things that we had going on. We did the game, we did a comedy show. It was actually some of them 85 South boys like Carlos Miller. What's
That's
that?
what's up.
That whole crew, Carlos Miller
Yeah.
and the boys. And then we
Yeah.
went to a Sabres game that weekend in February. This was like 2019, but
Oh, that's dope.
we had the matching jackets on, and I always kept it because I'm like, listen, one thing I'm gonna definitely do, no matter what, is I'm gonna stay local. I'm gonna always rep for the Bills, for the fucking Bandits, Sabres. Like my closet right now looks crazy. Like I got Buffalo shit everywhere, even the local brands. So shout out to Buffalo, everything. Shout out to the Sabres, like I said. Shout out to obviously the Bills, which we'll get into. But as we always do every week, we go backwards first, right? So we talk about the game, right? We both were at the Steelers game. For those who don't know, I think we mentioned it last week. So we got to see in person what it was like to witness another blowout. This seems
Another one.
it seems to kind of be routine. I think the last two home games, like honestly, it's been a bunch of numbers thrown around, but I really want to know what like our point differential is for our first two home games. It got to be like 90 to like 16 or some shit. Like
I mean, I know the whole season. I'm pretty sure we're plus 91.
plus 91 on the season. I did peep
But for the
that.
home game, shit, let me do a little
Yeah,
math
I
real
had to
quick
do a
and
little quick
see.
math because I mean, shit. This is
Let's see.
we're 4-1. Okay. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I'm about to pull up the schedule now and make it.
Because I almost forgot like what the score was in that Tennessee game. Like I think it was 41 to
Let's see. So we have plus 35, the Pittsburgh game. And then we got, let's see. Sheesh.
listen, it's looking ugly.
Yeah, so
It got to be plus 60 something.
let's see. I ain't good at math.
All right, listen, that's what I'm here for. What was the score of that Tennessee game?
It's plus 69 in
Okay.
these two home games.
Hey, as they would say, nice.
It was 41-7 was that first game.
41-7. So you know what I mean? We averaging, what is that? 39.5. Might as well round it up. We averaging damn near 40 at home, like you just said, plus 69 in our two home games. So we talked about it off air or whatever, but biggest takeaway from the game obviously was so fabulous that you can really say everything. But what was your biggest takeaways coming out of that Pittsburgh game?
And it's just bombs away, baby. It's bombs away.
Right.
I mean, we got 98-yard passes. We got 60-yard passes. I mean, I think we was an inch or two away from Diggs hitting the long.
Oh man, that was close. Shout out to Levi on the tip.
Yeah, they definitely. That was a good play. A good play by Levi. I mean, he got torched on the first play, but
He got a couple good plays, but it was still a rough
as
game.
a whole.
As a whole, yeah. And then he left early due to injury, which hopefully he's feeling better.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, for me, it was just that downfield passing attack. Like, because again, I mean, all season, most teams been sitting back and two safeties deep, so they've been, nickel and diamond.
Right.
But for them to just, say fuck it pretty much, and we going over the top. I mean, they had a banged up secondary. Minka wasn't 100%.
We had a banged up secondary, so we like
100%. So they took advantage of it. So the fact that they connected on all those deep shots,
right?
That's gonna make a difference. Loosen the defenses up, because again, it's going to force teams to have to play the Bills differently. So the fact that they hit those shots, I mean, Josh throwing deep balls into the wind on the money is Like, yo, being in the stadium and seeing those throws live, like it's literally mesmerizing how he can just sling the ball with no effort.
It is, man. And just to pause, Pirate, it just brings me back to, again, rookie year Josh, first time seeing him in person, like at training camp and preseason.
Right.
I remember him ripping that ball, and I just could remember thinking to myself, like, dog, this man can fling the effing ball so effortlessly. And I'm just like, and we talked about it before, if he could ever just put a couple other things together, this guy is going to be
amazing.
Amazing, right? Because we knew from rookie year, like most of us who seen him in person, you could hear the ball. You could see the flick of the wrist, and we were just like, did this mother just throw it 50 yards?
With the flick of the wrist.
With the flick of the wrist. So like you said, being there Sunday, seeing him from the back of the end zone, right?
Right.
We've seen the Dan Orlovskis and we've seen the Jimmy G step out of bounds in that situation. This man steps up, and then of course you saw the other angle that was on Twitter.
Man,
he steps up, takes a hit from Minka Fitzpatrick, is knocked down, gets up.
He threw that. I mean, I think you realize it more when they had that back angle. He threw the ball so early, like Davis wasn't even open yet, and he just threw that thing up in a perfect spot.
Right, threw it to about the 45, 50. I want to say around there, and like you said, the anticipation, and you know what that goes down to, Z, too, is it's the connection that him and this receiving core have now developed over 2 seasons. Like for him and Gabe, it's been 2 seasons. So no, 2 or 3. This is Gabe. What year?
This is year 3 for Gabe, I think.
3. Okay. So even better. So the development with him and Diggs now, the way they anticipate throws, and I know it's about to come with Khalil because he even did a couple of those anticipation throws with the rookie. So like to see him have that confidence to say, listen, I'm gonna bet on you to get to that 50-yard line, and
I'm gonna put the ball right there for you.
I'm gonna put it right there, and if you can get past that safety, which Gabe pretty much did with ease.
Yeah, he took a touchdown. That safety took a terrible angle.
Angle. Like I saw a couple breakdowns, and like they were going straight at the receiver instead of backpedaling. But that goes to show you, in their mind, the safeties, and this could have been what they were coached to do. We're just trying to cut off like the 20 to 30-yard line area. Like they were like, okay, all short, intermediate, we're gonna keep them in front. And it goes to show you again, and I get a floor back to you. When you have a quarterback like that, you have to cover completely different
everything
to the other 30 quarterbacks, because only him and Pat Mahomes making that throw. Maybe Herbert, but only him and Pat Mahomes making that throw. And I don't even know if Pat making that throw, to be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But anyways, they take that angle because in their mind, 90% of the time, that's the correct angle.
Right. Ain't no way you can get this ball over here.
Yeah, ain't no way you about to throw this to the 50-yard line while we got you backed up on 3rd and 10.
Right.
So bad angle, but 99% of the time, them angles work. Yeah. But again, we got a once-in-a-lifetime quarterback. And to be quite honest, we got one of them ones when it comes to the receiver position in Gabe Davis, because again, this word is used to describe some other types of receivers sometimes, but he got that deceptive speed.
Yeah, and I was just about to get to that, like the way that angle that safety took, he ain't realize how fast Gabe is. Again, Gabe is not a burner, but he has deceptively fast speed. Like he's getting deep on these people on the regular.
On the reg.
Yeah.
On the reg. But what else did you like, man?
That when you mentioned Shakir, the most impressive throw of the day might have been the one up the seam to Shakir.
Yeah. So in the middle of the field, right?
Yeah, that might have been his most. Granted, that's hard to say because those two deep ones are, highly up there. But that seam though he had to Shakir kind of, I think it was pretty somewhat early in the game.
Yeah,
when Shakir was going
25 yards.
Yeah, running right up the hash, and it was damn near. It was double coverage, damn near triple coverage. Perfect. But he put it nice and high on his back shoulder, and Shakir went up and made a play. Like that was just to have that type of trust in the rookie to go and make that play, that says a lot.
And that's why practice to me is so important, right? Like we as fans, we're not like some of the reporters who get a chance to see them in person once or twice a week. So we don't understand that these guys put in the work from April all the way until now. So they kind of know, you know what, if I put it in this tight window, I got faith that this guy can do it because he does it day in and day out.
Right. He don't look open, but I know he open.
Right. And he's probably shown me in practice that I can trust him in tight situations to come down with the ball. Because you heard about it all training camp. They say, yo, Shakir makes it look easy. He makes it look like he's a veteran. He got great hands. He got great movement. So to your point, it was good to see him trust the rookie in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
The awareness too from JA of, okay, the linebacker's back is turned. Let me release it now, because if I release it right now,
it's going
by the time, because the great quarterbacks know this. The Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady's, and really probably only Patrick Mahomes, they all know the biggest rule that you learn as a primetime quarterback is if that defender's back is turned, just throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Throw that ball, have confidence in your receiver to come back to it or jump over. And then the other thing is that the flags are always going to be on your side, because now if that guy never turns around and he just happens to try to tackle you,
flag getting thrown 9 times out of 10, right? Absolutely.
Yep. So I mean, we mentioned 2 things on offense, man. Obviously the defense dominated. So what did you like from that side of the ball?
Man, one of the guys that I kept seeing all day, Damar Hamlin. Every time I look up, he's making a play. He's making a tackle at the line of scrimmage. He's coming down and run support. He literally was all over the field.
Right.
He wasn't tested a ton in the passing game, but down in the box, he was literally all over the field. I'm like, damn, Hamlin. I said, I see you.
The hammer.
Yeah. Every time I look up, number 4 is making a play. And I say,
number three.
My bad, 4.
Jaquan is number 4. So it's funny seeing them both out there, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
But I agree. I mean, originally in the beginning of the year, dog, I ain't gonna hold you. I was bigger on Jaquan and Hamlin. I thought maybe Damar wasn't quite ready to, read the field the way a guy like maybe Jaquan would, just because of the added years of experience.
Yeah, a couple extra years.
But now that we're through the first quarter of the season, I'm starting to like Hamlin a little bit more. And I mean, what is that to say? Not much. But I think the thing I like about Hamlin is, and this is where I'll give him the edge over Hyde. Hyde wins in the category of athleticism, catching ability, and just overall just great range. Micah Hyde is an all-pro safety just because of those 3 things alone. The reason why I like what Hamlin brings as a replacement right now is that he brings that physicality that really outside of Poyer, our safeties aren't really known for. And even Jaquan, he can do that from here and there. But Hamlin, and now 2 to 3 straight weeks, he's shown his ability to get to the line of scrimmage, bring a guy down. We've seen him bring running backs down. We've seen him bring quarterbacks down, tight ends, wide receivers. And to me, that's something we really haven't seen from that safety position in a minute, because our guys are so athletic. We're used to seeing them, catch interceptions, tip balls, and, just cover. Hamlin is he almost reminds me of an old school safety, but he's just smaller. So it's you don't expect him to come downhill and lay the wood, pause. But he doing that. Even the one that the quarterback got mad at him on is dog,
you slid mad late.
Slid kind of late, so I still gotta hit you with the ooh-wee. I mean, shit.
And I hit you on your body, man. I ain't hit you in the head or nothing.
Right. So I like that though, because that's added attitude to the defense. Because a lot of people, when they see starters, when they see all pros go out, some might get the picture that, oh, we about to have a field day. You know what I mean? It's backups. Hamlin and they're backup or not, if you come my way,
you're gonna get this work.
Yeah. And that's what I like. That's what I like.
Yeah, so I mean, I like seeing Hamlin all over the field. Shout out to Khair Elam getting his first pick.
Yep,
You know,
and you called it. Shout out to
may
you.
or may not have caught it on last week's pod,
You know
but
what I mean? I give credit when it's due. I said I would prefer Kansas City, but
yeah.
I said I wouldn't be mad if he got it. So
Yeah, I saw that one coming. But shout out to him. I mean, he gave up some catches and some yards,
right.
but nothing deep. Kept everything in front of him.
You know what I will say
Caught the
about that?
ball.
You know what I will say
Solid.
about that real quick? I will say it was still a task though, because I think that Pittsburgh was the first time outside of Tyreek Hill and Waddle that he saw guys who are a little different when it comes to size, speed, and
Pittsburgh has three very good.
They got three, right? They got three that can run routes. That's tough to bring down, and
all different.
The ball. Right, they all different too. Like Deontay Johnson, he more of a route running, boom, boom, boom. His hands ain't all the way 100%, but he can still get open.
But when that ball in his hand, though, that boy's a problem.
And he know how to get open. Yeah. And we know about the other receiver from Georgia.
Yeah, Pickens is.
He a dog.
He's gonna be the top receiver in this league.
Yeah, he's just a dog. And then you got obviously Claypool. So, but I'll let you continue though.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, he gave us some catches, some yards, but he kept everything in front of him. I'm hoping it's a good teaching moment again, you know, because I mean, we knew Pittsburgh coming out with a rookie quarterback was going to be doing a bunch of quick outs, a bunch of quick hitters.
Right.
So, you know, but I think it's a good chance for him to get back, review the film, see when he can definitely squat on these routes a little bit more, because they really weren't pushing the ball down the field at all. They were playing again, and at the same time. Yeah, and we had a big lead the majority of the game. So again, it wasn't a big need to be overly aggressive because I mean,
they lucky Phillips wasn't 100% because we would have had more sacks. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, because again, I mean, watching the highlights, they were getting pressure all day. Pickett was just getting the ball out quick.
He was.
Yeah, he was getting the ball out quick, but a lot of those times, as soon as the ball leave his hand, Von Miller right in his hip or Rousseau right in his hip.
Yep.
But you know, again. And last thing I want to point out about this game, it was just nice to see some of the guys who've been hurt just get a little bit of run. You know, nice seeing Phillips back out there. Nice seeing Ed getting a couple snaps.
Yep.
So, you know, getting healthy at the right time was a good
like
thing
watching them boys scrimmage a little bit, right?
Like,
let me get my feet a little wet because I think neither one of them played more than 33% of the snaps.
So, yeah, I think both was around like 24, 25 snaps.
So it was all in that range, and obviously they were able to sit out the fourth quarter.
Right, that's just enough to get the blood pumping right there. That's
right. Get your feet wet. We got a big game coming up. Go out there, touch the turf, and then we take it from there. But everything that you said pretty much is where I was going. I like the fact that we touched on enough last week that we pretty much covered what really happened in the game. We touched on the receivers. You know, we talked about needing more from the receivers. We got that. We talked about a healthy Gabe Davis, right? We said, yo, you know, if we can get him 100%, we can get him close to 100%. That makes all the difference in the world. Boom. We get that. He takes off. 3 catches over 160-something yards, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, easy money. We talked about obviously continuing to get Diggs involved. 8 catches, 102 yards, a touchdown. Nothing crazy. We talked about the run game. Like to see maybe James Cook break one, you know, Singletary, whatever. Boom, James Cook get his first touchdown. So I think we were pretty much on point with keys going into the game and the Bills being able to check those boxes, right? Get the downfield passing game going, what you brought up, boom, check mark. Get the running game going a little bit, just be effective, right?
Yeah.
All right, boom, knock that off.
Don't let Cam Hayward destroy your whole line.
Right.
They didn't.
Pretty much kept them in check. You know what I mean? Like for what it's worth. I mean, you're not going. I mean, that's a dude that's likely going to the Hall of Fame, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh may have gotten 1 sack. Maybe. I don't even know. They said they only knocked down Allen once, and maybe that's what I was thinking. It was only 1 knockdown,
and that was on the 98-yard touchdown. So
yeah. But again, I mean, they put up. Bro had over 300 in the first half.
Yeah, 348 touchdowns and 4. I remember checking my phone at halftime, you know, just to see what they were saying. And CBS, I think, put out a tweet saying Josh Allen first half totals 348, 4 touchdowns. Still a second half to go. I say, God, because honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. Being there, I ain't even think he had over 300 yards in the first half. Like I just was like, oh, big plays are happening. Not for once did I think in my head like, oh, this nigga probably got over 300 yards. Then I check my phone. I'm like, oh, because think about it. when you at home, they show you the stats all the time.
Right.
Every drive, you seeing 7 for 10, 100 yards, blah, blah, blah. When you're in the stadium, I know me, I'm not really checking the stats.
Nah, not at all.
I'm damn near not even checking my phone unless I
Right.
just
They pop up every now and again, but they not up
yeah,
there all
you know
the
what I
time.
mean? Like shit, even when I be making my bets and I be sitting in the stadium, I don't even be checking like what the other team is doing. Like I literally come to my senses and check everything once I leave. Like we walk out, we chill, and now I'm looking at, oh shit, the Jets won. Oh shit, this one. Okay. So that was amazing to see, 348 yards.
Yeah, like honestly, if it was a close game and they need to keep scoring, I think they could have easily dropped 60.
Oh my God.
Josh could have easily threw for 600. Like it could have literally been
It could have got crazy.
Record-breaking numbers if they had to, because they could do whatever they want.
Man, listen, when they in that groove, and we saw it against Tennessee, we saw it in LA, and now we saw it this week. Like, and that's why you can't even say, oh, it was because it was Pittsburgh. Like, no, this is a team, and I saw analysts say this probably yesterday. They said this is a team that, unlike some teams, when they are the better team, like when they are the clear favorite, they will stump you.
Mhm.
Like, there's no, oh, we're gonna look over you. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some outliers. The Jacksonville Jaguars game stick out like a sore thumb.
Yep.
But 98% of the time, if the Bills are the clear better team, they're going to stump you.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
They're the bullies. Like the Bills are the bullies of the league. Like, I can't think of no other team right now in the NFL, including all the top 5 teams, Dallas, Philly, Kansas City. There is no other team in the NFL the last 3 years like the Bills where they will literally make you want to leave in the third quarter.
The problem is they're running such a high quality offense and a high quality defense.
Right.
Most teams don't have both. It's either one or the other, or
number one and number 2.
It's just
number 1 and number 2.
No matter what you rolling out, you gonna be getting best or at the best of the league. So it's
and then you got a top 10 special teams. So it's like, like what you want me to do?
It's never ending waves of, all right, cool. You made a stop for once. All right, cool. Bet next time you can get the ball and drive again. Like even the first team offense didn't punt again. They didn't punt again until they put backups in. This is another game where you didn't even need the punter. The only drives that didn't end in points was they left mad points on the board. The block kick, the interception in the red zone, fumble at the goal line.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about the interception. Like, think about that. If those 3 things didn't happen,
that's another 17 points right there.
They are disgusting. Like when they rolling, like we've talked about this, week after week. But when this team is rolling, you gotta hope that elements change. Like Miami and Baltimore is a perfect situation for when you play in the Bills. You gotta hope that it's 110 degrees, or you gotta hope that it's raining and you got a video game player like Lamar Jackson. Like that's it. Or what's the other alternative? You gotta have Patrick Mahomes, right? Just only one of the best quarterbacks of the last 10 to 15 years. Like that's the only way you're really scaring the Bills.
And even then, it's kind of like
even then it's a toss-up.
Like it's not a fear factor.
Never.
Because again, all right, no matter what you do on offense, you still got to outscore this offense. So even if you having a time when the Bills defense ain't holding up, all right, cool. But you still got to outscore this offense.
And think about it like this, though, Z. When the last time the Bills got blown out?
Ooh. I mean, I guess the closest thing to a blowout was probably the playoff game against Kansas City.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably the closest thing to a blowout.
We're talking 2 years, and that was what, 14, 17 points, something like that. I know they scored a late touchdown that game. That's probably the last time this team with Josh Allen and Diggs. So let's just qualify it as that.
Okay.
With Diggs and Allen, that's probably the last time that they got hit by 14 or more points. Other than that, you're not blowing this team out.
Right.
Your best bet is to do what Miami did, or do what Jacksonville did last year, or do what the Cardinals did last year, and just win in a close game where something weird happened. And we remember how that used to be, because we used to play New England we talking 5-10 years ago,
Yeah,
but
we need something fluky to happen
right.
to win.
He was like, yo, the only way we winning, and I remember thinking like this because been a fan since
I need 3 picks from Brady.
I need 3 picks. I need a punt return. Yo,
Right.
I
I need a pick
I need
6.
McKelvin, you can't fumble the
I'm
kickoff.
gonna say I need a muff
I need a
punt.
off. You know what I mean? Like, and think about the time when we did beat Brady. That's really what happened. Like, Drayton Florence picks off that ball and he goes up the field and runs it back. And that was like the 3rd or 4th pick of the day.
Yeah, that's one game.
And we just beat him by 3 points.
Right.
Like that's where we at. Like, if you want to be Josh Allen and this Buffalo Bills team,
you need X, Y, Z and happen to barely win.
Bruh. And that's why we were so hard on Miami fans a few weeks ago, because we like, dog, y'all know what it took.
I need all these variables.
Y'all needed Josh as to miss a pass that he makes in his sleep. Y'all needed just a bunch of shit to happen.
I need the boys out there with double IVs.
Double IVs, Diggs to cramp up for 60% of the game.
Full backup secondary, full backup D-line.
You know what I mean? So, but we don't make excuses. We walked away from that game. We said, I bet, see y'all in December. Oh, yeah, I know, but blah. Now 2 weeks later, now where y'all at? Y'all just lost to the Jets.
We wouldn't have lost if Tua wasn't hurt.
Listen, dog, say what you want. I might have still picked the Jets to beat them, even with Tua, just because I'm going to keep it a buck. Jets seem like that team that's going to give the Dolphins problems for the next few years, only because they built the right way to beat a team like Miami. And I say that because the Jets are built like the AFC 49ers, where, and obviously Saleh has something to do with that, the coach. But what they're going to do is they're going to run the ball, and they're going to be real physical doing that with Hall. Mm-hmm. What they're going to do is be real physical on defense, and they're going to lock you down in the secondary with some of their corners, which obviously it helps getting Sauce Gardner back there.
Right.
And they just going to make you try to be more physical than them. And Miami is really not, even though they try to be, they not that kind of team to really win in a dogfight. So I really think the Jets, hats off to them boys. Like, obviously I don't see them beating us, but they're going to give other teams a lot of tough battles. And this is why I picked them to win that upset, especially when I knew Tua was out. I'm like, oh, y'all playing who?
Yeah.
I got the Jets. I didn't think they was going to be there by 23, but I had the Jets squeaking it out. But they're a physical team that has a lot of young talent. Now, does that equate to 10 wins? Hell no. I think they'll be somewhere around 7 to 8.
Yeah.
But they
watch out for next year though.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They got that young core. They got the young core. I think they got the coach for the style.
Yeah, if Zach Wilson can just take any type of step forward this season,
if he can do if he can do the tour, hey, let me manage the game, but also give you a little razzle dazzle here and there, because Zach Wilson,
they got good players. They got good players on the line. Actually, they had a couple great players on the O line.
Right.
I mean, Breece Hall looking like he can be a top end running back. I mean, they got a couple young receivers.
Facts.
They got already got good people on the D line. You already got Gardner on the back end. Like, they have a lot of talent. And I mean,
so listen, I said before the year started, I forgot what episode I said, the way the Jets are, if they do all the right things, they have a chance to not finish last. Now, that's not saying a lot, but they can finish third.
If I'm projecting this division out for the next couple of years, I mean, outside of the Bills, I mean, I'm probably picking the Jets over any other team. Like New England, long term, I don't like it all. Like, they trash. Like, it's a wrap. But like, we talking 2-3 years out. I mean, I'm thinking Jets would probably be the second best in the division.
Especially like you said, if Zach Wilson takes the necessary steps.
Yeah, because again, his ceiling, I think, is higher than what Tua's is.
Yeah, because he got the arm talent.
Yeah, just from a pure physical standpoint, like his ceiling is higher,
and he got the escapability over Tua.
Yeah, so if he can, like I said, even can take a little bit of a jump from before, like they're gonna be. It's not gonna be a team, like I said, that's gonna threaten playoffs, but they'll be a team that can knock off a playoff team.
And you want to know what's gonna be fun now that they playing like this? Now that makes the November 6th game fun. Because I ain't gonna hold you, in the beginning of the year, even though I said all those nice things about the Jets, in the beginning of the year, I looked at the 2 Jets game on the schedule and I was like, man, I'm like, they may get us in a hiccup on some Jag shit, but now that November 6th game, I'm now looking at it like, ooh, that's nice. Like not nice in a way that
Yeah, I ain't going.
I'm just saying like nice in a way that at least I ain't got to go into the game like I'm gonna fall asleep by halftime.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean,
You know what I
I
mean?
don't
Like,
think they're a boring team. Like I think
right, right. That's more what
they
I mean.
bring some excitement to the game.
Right, right, right.
I don't
That's more
think
what I
they're a
mean.
threat to the Bills yet.
Nah, for sure. No. But
They-
at least I'm not feeling like, damn, second quarter shit, fucking 30-3. Like, let me go to the store. Y'all need anything? Like, at least they don't give me that. Now we can still beat them like that because we can. I mean, shit.
right.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not putting nothing past the Bills.
Yeah,
Right.
it just ain't 33 off rip.
Right. Not off rip. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, we done got away from the Pittsburgh game, but I guess I'll say, shit. Lastly, as we move on, great overall effort. Proud of them boys for locking that in and not being distracted. And I think that shows the maturity of the team too. Like, this is not a team that's like, oh, we're gonna look ahead to Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, I really think having the leadership of the team that they have, captain wise, but also adding Von Miller, that type of veteran presence, to been there, done that. I think having someone like them definitely keeps this type of team grounded.
Yeah.
Like, we know we're great, we know we got talent, we know we should win, but you know, when you have someone like that who's been there and seen this and done everything in the league, you know, that keeps you focused. And him saying all the time, don't blink. I mean, that's keeping everybody focused, keeping everybody locked in. So like, I don't see them really overlooking anybody. And his team beat them last year. So like they already know what can happen if they get caught slipping.
Facts. Yeah. So we touched on a little bit, but it's time. We get into the real thing, and that's the Chiefs. It's straight to it. Biggest game of the week. I know Dallas and Philly is cool. I think the Dallas and Philly game to me would be more intriguing if Dak was playing.
Yeah, this like biggest game of the year, Playboy.
Right. Like I fuck with what's his name? Cooper.
Oh, Cooper Rush.
Yeah. All right. Cool story, right?
Yeah, he holding it down.
Yeah, cool story. But if you give me Dak in that game, I'm making sure I'm staying awake, like to watch that 8:15 game. Like
shit, bro. With the way Dallas rushed the passer, it almost don't even matter who the hell they're rolling out at quarterback.
And that's for sure. I just think for entertainment value for me,
yeah,
I'd love to see Dallas at full strength because I think Philly might squeak by, but they're gonna make it tough. Like you said, that defense that they got with both of their ends between Lawrence and young dude Micah, them dudes get after it.
Bro, do you think Dak is head and shoulders better than Cooper Rush?
I do, only because I do consider Dak to be a top 10 quarterback. And like I only say that because listen, let me keep it a buck. I've only watched Cooper probably for all of maybe 3 quarters. So this is not some like expert analysis. But I do think Dak healthy is a top 10 quarterback. So unless I'm putting Cooper close to that convo, then I'm gonna say head and shoulders, because really Dak healthy is a guy who can give you 300 to 400 yards a game. He can give you the toughness to run the ball past the goal line. He can put a team on his back, sort of, kind of. It's just unfortunate because Dallas is just always finds a way to like do some dumb shit. Like, yeah, like, but he can lead you to 12 to 13 wins without having a great defense. Like right now, they're being carried by a great defense, so it makes Cooper's job very easy, which is don't turn the ball over, get the ball out to your playmakers, and go home. Almost like the Andy Dalton shit. Like just
I mean, I honestly feel like Dak is a high-end game manager. Like I honestly don't think Dak is the put the team on my shoulders type of quarterback. He's had a game or two where he put up the numbers, but like if I had to go in and week out and put this team on my shoulders, like Dak's not doing this. Like I really feel like he's the Cadillac of game managers. Like he's a dog. He got that in him when he's out there from a physicality standpoint, from a toughness standpoint. But like he gets the ball out to his receivers and let them put the work in. Like Dak is cool. Back again, I don't think he's way better than Cooper Rush. I don't think he's doing anything.
I just need to see more from Cooper Rush. And maybe when I watch the game Sunday night, maybe he'll show me more. Like I just need to see more than just Dallas defense. Because every time I watch a Dallas highlight, all I'm seeing is Dallas defense. And I'm like, okay, so where's this guy that's making Jerry Jones think that he got a fake controversy. Like I'm just looking at it like that. Like
Yeah, he's not putting numbers up. He's
and it's not even
16 for
numbers. I'm just saying,
22.
like, if I watch a Dallas highlight, like in the last 3 weeks, literally all they've been showing is defense highlights. And I'm just like,
Yeah, no, it's Tony Pollard running through 30 people.
so that's all I'm saying. Like, if I'm looking at the last 3 or 4 years, if I'm watching Dallas highlights, I'm seeing Dak throw the ball all over the field. And like I said, I get the game manager point that you're making too, because it's not like he can do what the 3 or 4 other quarterbacks can do who are in that tier. Like he's not in that tier. He's really high end tier 3, low end tier 2. But
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not in that. He's just not in that tier. But like I said, we'll see Sunday night. That may change my mind. But anyway,
it should be an entertaining game
right.
for sure.
But anyway, we get distracted though. Bills Chiefs.
Yeah, but before we even jump right into that game, I just want to pop in and say my man Trey back at practice.
Oh, for sure.
So I mean, I got that. I saw that. Listened to the press conference this morning when Coach said that. I said, "Oh yeah,
I went and tweeted
my man
right away.
Back at it."
That. I jumped right out that video and I was like, "Yeah, I mean, let's go."
My man looking like, yeah. So it was exciting. I was on Twitter just trying to find whatever videos I can of him. So just seeing 2-7 back out there, man.
Even like in a red contact jersey,
it don't even matter. Like I know that has to bring a different type of energy back to that defense. Even though we know he's not playing this week, but like that energy is going to be crazy.
Sidelines, you know what I mean? You saw him on the sidelines in the Pittsburgh game,
right?
And there was a couple other games I saw him on the sideline, but like that type of juice is very underrated. You know what I mean? Because we talk about how well they've held up, but ain't nothing like having your all-pro corner. And not just an all-pro corner, but a guy who is, you know, sort of like the brains in that corner room and sort of like the spirit animal of your defense. Like before Vaughn came, Trey was the livest motherfucker on that defense. You know what I mean? Right. If you needed somebody to dance in the middle of a timeout, if you needed somebody to celebrate after a turnover, you just got to find Trey White. Now, you put him in the practice sitting with guys and you put him out there on the field. And even if it's practice, now you're getting everybody to feed off that energy, that vibe. Now everybody is ready to just kind of like, are we getting there? Like we may not get Micah Hyde back, which is
right.
Still kind of sad to say, but we getting another all-pro player who is proven to make big plays in big games. So like you said, man, that was great news. I think the young guys have obviously done their part. So I don't know what it means for some of those guys, but guess what?
It's a good problem to have.
A good problem to have, but continue to hold it down because we need y'all for Kansas City. So y'all young guys, don't get caught up thinking about Trey. Still play ball because we're gonna need all of y'all.
Exactly. You know, and Benford is back out there practicing today too.
He had the club on his hand, but good to see him on the field too. You know, we know Dane is healthy now, man. God bless him for being able to get back out in the court.
Right.
I mean, on the field. I saw that Elam was on the injury report, but I think it's something minor. So he should be good. I mean, hey, he gonna get his first taste of dealing with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, welcome to the NFL now.
that beast is coming. You're gonna go from
NFL, man.
going against the best in practice, and you about to go against the
watching some tape too. So he probably seen how Pickett went at him and was like, oh, I can go on that rookie side. All right, cool. So I just want them young guys to be ready. But we'll get into the keys. But like you said, great job bringing up Trey, because definitely, man, that's one of the few guys on our team that is a true character, but also a true ball player. And now, if you look at our defense, especially when he gets back, you really got to start on each line of defense. You know, you got your Von Miller, you got your Matt Milano, Trey Edmonds combo, and then you got your Poyer and your Trey White.
Studs all over the place.
Not to forget about Greg Rousseau either, but you got him in there too. So
exactly.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun, but obviously it's Kansas City week. So what you got going into this game that you're gonna have your eyes set on, keys?
Watching the Kansas City Raiders game was interesting on Monday night.
Derek Carr.
Come on, man. Listen, as I say all the time, Derek Carr gonna Derek Carr. But
That
I will
coach,
say he did what he needed to do
he did.
on Monday.
The coach.
He did what he needed to do. He made some big throws, some big time throws over to Devontae. He stepped up when he needed to, and so I the Derek Carr slander is not going to take place
Right.
this week.
But can I add this in too? We did see what we brought up, or at least what I brought up in the summer too, though, that talent, right? Because I said the Raiders have the talent
100%.
to be one of those top 2 teams in the West, but
Mm-hmm.
it was going to be a matter of them head to heads and like close games like that. That's why you can't lose that close game, because
they losing those battles.
Yeah, if you lose a game like that, you have no chance in the AFC West.
Right, and they've lost too many of them already.
Right. So it's unfortunate. I mean, I'm not a Raiders fan, but like, if you want to compete, like, y'all got the roster. That's I know they got.
The thing is, they can still go on a run and get to a wild card spot.
Right.
Because I mean, they have plenty of talent.
Bro,
but it's just
Mac Crosby was all over the field.
Yeah, it's just in these big games, they
do
can't pull it out. Yeah,
dumb shit. They like the Cowboys in the playoffs. They just do something that you just like, what?
If you come up with the most unthinkable way to lose, they'll find the next one and still somehow overdo that.
You know who used to do that?
That's that Chargers life.
Oh man, Phillip Rivers.
That's Phillip Rivers. That's his whole career, man.
Yo,
Phillip
he
Rivers
was
Phillip Rivers
anyway to lose a close game. But anyway, go ahead. What were you saying about that game?
Yeah, so that game was interesting because, obviously Kansas City's number one target is Kelsey. We know that he's their best player, quite possibly the best tight end in the league, if not, top 3 for sure.
I'll give it to him.
But, the fact that he, outside of his, red zone touchdowns, obviously, he wasn't a factor in the game. So, for them to be able to come back, normally, we've seen them come back as big shots to Kelsey, big shots to Hill, and occasionally a big shot to Harmon. It was the complete opposite. Is 10 yards here, 9 yards there, 15 yards here, occasional 25-yard pass. So it was a completely different looking offense compared to, what they've been for the last few years under Mahomes.
Right.
So, showing that they have the ability to, dink and dunk down the field, that gives their offense a different element that they haven't really shown before. So,
right.
That's definitely, it was eye-opening because, again, I mean, I thought they could, but they, haven't really needed to yet. But in the game where they had to come back and they didn't rely on the big plays, like they worked their way down the field and came back. So, I mean, definitely credit to them. And, it's going to be one hell of a matchup. But I will say, if they get down 17-0 to Buffalo, it's a wrap. They not. But that goes both ways. The Bills down 17-0 to Kansas City. Like, y'all gonna make your life a lot harder. You can do that against the Raiders.
Right. So, offense or defense, who do you feel like gotta be the X factor? I mean, you can start with offense, man. Who is your X factor?
I would say Devin Singletary.
Okay.
Again, but I think it's more Devin in the passing game.
Okay.
Because, I think if I'm Kansas City, if I'm thinking like Kansas City, I'm still assuming they're going to try their best to take Diggs off the game. So they're going to probably bracket some type of coverage over Diggs.
Pause. They should be thinking about Davis, but go ahead. After what he did last year.
Hey, pick your poison.
Right. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still think the offense starts and stops with Diggs. So I still think that's going to be their main focus, is trying to take Diggs out the game or, keep him from destroying the game. So it's going to be bracket coverage over him. They're probably going to be trying to roll some type of safety help towards Davis.
Right.
So, again, you can't double everybody. So that means Singletary is going to be leaked out into space. Singletary is going to have some chances on some swing passes and some dump offs, hopefully a little bit in the running game. So I think he'll be the one that can really make a dent. And again, I mean, I'm not expecting to be the number one target. I mean, you're still going to get your receivers the ball, but I think Devin Singletary can have a really, really solid week.
What you got for defense, man?
I'm just going to say D-line as a whole. Again, this is what you this is why you're paying all this money to all these defensive players.
Facts.
Is for this quarterback. So again, y'all keep getting all this pass rush win rate. You beating all these tackles, you getting all this pressure, but I need these sacks against Mahomes.
And you know what I need too, and I mentioned it last week. I need the strip sack. You know, to me, that's the way you really, to me, and I'll let you continue, beat a guy like Patrick Mahomes. Is you have to put enough fear that if I get close to you, I'm not just going to chase you, but I'm going to get a hold of you and I'm going to knock that ball out your hands, or at least attempt to a few times where you got to keep checking behind your back to see if I'm breathing on you. So that's why, like you said, D-line is going to be important, because Greg Rousseau, Von Miller, when they get close, I need them clamping down. I need them, no shoestring grabbing like we saw from Mario Addison and Jerry Hughes. I don't care about the shoestring tackles. I need you putting hands on his arms, hands on his body. And obviously we got to be careful because we know how soft the league is, but hands on his body and making him think about protecting that ball, because we know how Pat can get. And we know he can get a little woo, put the ball out a little bit. I'm saying right now, Von Miller, this is what we paid you for, but go ahead.
Yeah, and I said you gotta keep Mahomes from doing crazy Mahomes stuff. You can't let him run around and doing loop-de-loops in the backfield and spin moves and rolling out.
Ain't doing that. We're gonna smack you.
Yeah, you can't let him roll out to the right, because I mean he gets out that pocket and he's rolling right. You might as well just lace him up and get off the field, because he's deadly rolling out to his right. Because again, just like Josh, he can throw it anywhere in the field. Facts. He can be on the left hash, throw all the way back to the right. Like there's no part of the field that he can't hit. So again, this is kind of you rush similar to the way you rush Lamar. Again, is completely different athletic profiles, but you kind of have to contain Rush in a sense, just because he has such pocket mobility and he does have enough foot speed to, do some damage running, but it's mostly his scrambling that's the problem, because you let him sit back there 4, 5, 6 seconds, he's going to find somebody open, guaranteed.
Right. Yeah, and I think to flip it to me, I think one of the keys I feel like on defense is we're going to have to see kind of how they start off the game, like get a good feel for where they're trying to pass the ball to in the beginning of the game, because the intermediate to short field seems something that they're working a lot through the first quarter of the season, because they don't have that same top end speed. Right. They got guys who got speed. That's not to say Hardman or Scanley and those guys, not to say they can't get deep. It's just
different.
It's a different style that they're playing. So I think that what that means is that our linebackers and safeties have to all be moving in unison, and just watching for that short stuff. Because like you said, hey, if he does do something magical and break away, we need to make sure everybody is where they should be, so that if the ball is, let's say, tipped, or if the ball is just a little bit off, somebody can kind of do what like Micah Hyde did last year in Kansas City and, hey, take a tip ball or whatever and run that ball back for a touchdown, or do what Greg Rousseau did and D lineman get his hands up and catch the ball, because that's how you beat Patrick Mahomes. You have to make his life difficult, like you said, in the backfield. But also, if he does throw the ball, make sure you do just enough so that it's a little bit off where one of your guys can jump in front of it and make a play, because you're still going to likely have Poyer. You still will, have Dane Jackson. You're still going to have your starting linebackers there. I think Tremaine will be back. You're going to have Milano there. Milano already has a pick 6 on the season. So, they have enough guys, to me, to cover that short intermediate part of the field where, hey, you want to break one tackle? Cool. Try to find somebody open. So it's going to be big on them to make sure they cover that first 20 to 25 yards. Because even that's where Kelsey like to run too. They're not running Kelsey up the field 45 yards. It's going to be that intermediate part of the game. And I think if the linebackers do their job, similar like you said with Lamar, if they do their job just staying in position, staying disciplined, that's the other word that we use a lot with this defense, stay disciplined, then they will have that success, because this is one of the reasons why they're one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best. It's not because they average 7 sacks a game. It's because they stay so disciplined. Like,
they just do their part.
Looking for them to mess up, and they like, yo, what up? Why is all these guys in position? Why are these guys where they supposed to be at? And then they end up staying there, that extra 0.5 or whatever ends up being a sack or ends up being a throwaway. So they're gonna have to be patient. It's gonna be a long game, long 4 quarters, but discipline is gonna be the key for me. On the offensive side, I know you mentioned Diggs, and no, well, you really mentioned him taking away Diggs, but after what Gabe did against Pittsburgh and after what he did against Kansas City this year, I think what we might see, and I know they just dealt with some shit against the Raiders, we might see a little bit more zone and one-on-one matchups. We might see that. And when that happens, there's a couple things that they can do to exploit that. To me, get you a couple runs where you get 7 to 10 yards. You know, I'm thinking Cook, I'm thinking Singletary. But Cook is a weapon that they didn't see last year. So maybe you let him touch the ball early a little bit. You can get creative with that, however you want to do. Maybe you let, even McKenzie touch the ball early a little bit, maybe a jet sweep here or there or on a quick screen. But I think they have to use some speed in the beginning of the game, because I think if there's one small advantage, offense to offenses, Bills do have more playmakers. This is the first time that they could say that probably in 3 or 4 years, is that with Tyreek gone, who would you rather have? Juju,
I agree.
Juju, Scanley, and Kelsey, love them to death, or would you rather have Dawson Knox, James Cook, Singletary, Gabe Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, Khalil Shakir, and Stephon Diggs? I'm just saying. So I think that they got to make sure they spread it out and just keep them guessing. That's my thing. It's like, hey, we could throw the Diggs 15 times. And if you're going to try to do whatever to him, cool. But we got a guy named Gabe Davis. Oh, y'all want to put more attention to him? Cool. We'll give it a Cook real quick. Or, okay, we'll get Shakir to make a play down the field, because Shakir is even a guy who showed in college he can take the top off too. He got that sneaky speed. Or McKenzie coming across, boop, boop. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that they gotta use that advantage that they have.
And because Kansas City, they love a lot of deep passes on Monday. They weren't on the same page. The corners were getting toast. Safeties weren't getting over the top. I mean, you got Adams running wide open in some instances. If they don't get that bottled up quick.
Like in what, 3 days, 4 days?
Yeah,
like
quick.
Because Josh ain't holding back.
Guarantee you.
You got to think about it.
They will be tested deep, 100%.
You got to think about it like this too. Josh is like, dog, I gave y'all 40, whatever. I gave y'all 36 points last time. I bet. I got to drop more than 40. So I feel like Josh is even going to come in hungry from the first drive. And hopefully he's not hungry in the wrong way where he tries to force stuff, because we don't want him forcing nothing. But I think even Josh knows, like, damn, there were a couple drives I wish I would have had back. So
there's a couple 3 and outs in there.
Right. But I think he's going to come back like, listen, I'm not waiting for the fourth quarter to explode. Let's make sure we are being effective on each drive. And even from a coordinator standpoint, it's going to be Dorsey's first time, using his offense against this defense. So we'll find out a lot more about Dorsey too, and how he handles this in a big game. Because obviously he called a great game against LA, and that was his first test. But it's another test against a defense that is worse than the Rams. So a lot to look forward to. But those to me seem to be my major keys, especially on offense. Is like, just spread it around. Like, while we're healthy on offense, we got to make sure we take advantage, because we don't know what this is going to look like in week 12, week 13. You might have this guy out, might have this guy out. While these guys are coming in healthy, while Davis looks to be 100%, while Khalil is 100%, while McKenzie is 100%, while Diggs is 100%, run those routes. Make them guard you. They can't guard all 4 of y'all. Plain and simple. That's where I'm at. And then if they do, I want to do man-to-man. All right, Josh, go take off for 15 yards and slide. All right, first down, let's go. And I just think if they keep up, pedal to the metal with that tempo, spread them out, and cause that defense to look around, and obviously control Chris Jones too. Let's not forget about Jones in the middle, because they've given up some plays to him in the past.
Chris Jones will wreck your whole offense. Frank Clark can still get after the
Take care of
quarterback.
him. I expect Saffold to do his job, or even if it's Bates, take care of him. But I just think what most analysts are saying is valid. It's like, yo, the Bills are too good overall.
Okay, well, speaking of that, so what's your prediction for the week? What you thinking? How this game gonna play out?
So I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm back and forth on it, but I thought somebody brought up a good point. Somebody said 13-point lead would be perfect because of the 13 seconds. So I think I'm gonna go 33-20. I'm gonna go 33-20 or 34-21. But I think I'm gonna stick with 33-20. I think 3 to 4 touchdowns is about right in this game. Now, do I think they should score more? Yes, I think that this is a game where you want to score more than 35 points. So like realistically, I would love for us to have 41-48, like damn near 50 against this Kansas City team. But I do think the defense is going to do their job. I feel like Von Miller is going to make a difference, and I'll just leave it at that. I feel like Von Miller is going to be the real X factor in this game. I talked about the intermediate stuff and all of that, but I think Von Miller has this awareness about him where he understands the moment, much like when he set the tone in week 1. He was like, yo, I need to come out and let y'all know what y'all got. So in the first half, he just got 2 sacks. And I feel like that's how it's going to be in this game. I feel like he's going to set the tone, and then the rest will follow. And, like I said, I don't see them scoring more than 20, 21 points, Kansas City. I mean, it could turn into a shootout, which I think most of NFL fans outside of here probably want. They probably want another shootout, but I'm going to go 33-20. Bills win, of course. Bills win. But what you got?
All right. So I think it is going to be on the higher scoring side.
Okay.
I think it's because I expect the Bills to put up points. And even though Buffalo has a good defense, Kansas City also knows they're going to have to score. They're going to have to trade blows. So and I think they're a good enough offense to figure it out. Think it's going to be close. My guess is a late touchdown. We'll put it over the top.
Okay.
So my thought process is 34-27.
34-27. Okay, 7-point game. All right. So can we win the 1-score games, right? Can we win the 1-score games? All right, cool. So we got our predictions out the way for the Bills. Now, this is the fun part. Because, before we sign off, we always got to get to it.
Yeah, so for the Bills game, I'm expecting at least 120 rushing yards for the Bills as a whole.
Okay.
I think Kansas City is a little bit vulnerable against the run. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a 25-30 carry output, but I'm expecting a solid Josh Allen run or two.
I think Cook gonna break one too.
Yeah, 20-yarder, 25-yarder.
I don't know if Cook gonna break one for a touchdown, but I think Cook gonna break one though.
Yeah, I think the potential there for 30-yarder, 25-yarder, a couple quick hitters, and I think Singletary is gonna be good for a handful of 10-yard runs. So as a whole, I'm expecting 120 plus rushing yards, and I'm also gonna say Kelsey is held under 5 catches this week.
Okay. That's cool. So
that's my thoughts for this game.
Okay, so I guess you'll put that on the bold predictions. I guess for me, I think what I said last week too. I think, and I forgot to add. I think I said Shakir was going to score a touchdown, but
I think you made that up.
I said that right?
I don't know. We might have to check the footage, Sam.
I'm gonna have to go back and check the tape.
Yeah, I don't know, dog. You did get that. You did get that Giants over.
Yeah. We'll get into that next. But as far as the Bills game, I'll say another Cook touchdown is on the way, and then I'll also say it's a little different, but this may go against my score count because I'm throwing in points, but I'll say a pick 6 from Tremaine Edmonds.
Oh,
talk about bold, right?
It's hella bold.
Yeah, big bold. But yeah, I got James Cook touchdown. Listen, I gotta go 1 for 2 or one of these. James Cook touchdown or Tremaine Edmonds pick six. Because like I said, I really think this offense has changed as far as Kansas City's, and I really feel like they're going to use 20 to 25 yards to try to get what they can just to move themselves down the field in an efficient way. And I feel like that just plays into the hands of the Bills. I just really do. Like if we were sitting back there talking about a guy launching 50 yarders, maybe I would have some concerns just because we still have a few injuries in the secondary. But if we're talking 20, 25 yard range where we know Milano can back into that space, we know Edmonds can back into the space, we know Poyer will be out there, we know the D-line will be getting their hands up and getting around the quarterback. I just feel like an interception is bound to happen. So we had a pick six last year in Kansas City. It was Micah Hyde last year during the regular season. So I'm gonna go with Tremaine Edmonds. I feel like he comes back, especially after having a strong game that he had in Baltimore. I feel like he comes back, he makes his presence.
What you did.
And yeah, that's what I got. So week 6, man. Week 6. I'm gonna let you take a look. I don't know if you got it in front of you, but
yeah, I got it pulled up. Again, I mean, the game I'm watching the most is gonna be that Philly Dallas game.
Like, yeah, that's the second game of the week. But
yeah, I mean that's gonna be a hell of a matchup. Again, two of the best teams in the league on at a division game. Philly 5-0. You know, it's gonna be something fun to watch. So let me see what my upset special of the week is. I don't really see too much upset potential this week.
I got 2 bold ones, so I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't really see
my bold one's kind of bold though.
What you got? If you got yours lined up, come on with it.
All right, so I got Steelers over Bucks.
Oh,
I'm going big bold. I'm saying that Kenny Pickett getting his first start at home, I got him with the upset. You know what I mean? Fresh off of 300 yards, even though half was in garbage time. I feel like they get one at Tom Brady. They hear people talk about him. They just got smacked up. I feel like the veterans in that locker room going to just carry enough emotion to just pull off the upset. Either going to be an upset or Buccaneers going to zip them. Like it's no in between. So that's what I'm going with. Steelers over Bucks. And then my second one, another team that got slandered all week, Denver. I'm going with Denver over LA. LA's at home, so that's why I'm gonna call it an upset. But I got Russ. Let's ride. You know, he's hearing people talk about him.
They look so. Terrible.
That's why this is an upset, and that's why I got to put it out there because if they do it,
go get your Subway sub if they win.
Nah, chill. I'm not. Nah.
You ever do anything dangerous, Val?
Nah, not the dangerous. My man said,
"This is dangerous. It's dangerous." He said, "Let's ride." Yeah, that's not a good look.
What's wrong with that man, yo?
I don't know, man.
But then they got mad because motherfuckers called him corny. Like,
yeah, he tried, man. He's the most code switching dude on earth. Yeah, he take code switching to a whole new level.
A whole different level.
I say, yo, bro, you doing too much right now.
Which one is it, dog? Like, anyways, but those are my 2 right there.
I need to see Broncos do it before I pick them to beat anybody because right now, but somehow they got 2 wins. Like that's what's even crazier.
But they got the talent. That's why those 2 wins is just talent alone.
Yeah,
that's just nothing else to do with nothing. It's just talent.
They need listen. If they don't win consistently soon, Nate Hackett got to go.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be out.
I don't think he's gonna make it through the season.
He probably not. I'm saying right now, if they're below 500 by let's say week 10,
yeah, by time November roll around,
yeah,
or middle of November, and they still if they flirting around 500, or even worse, they got too much talent to be struggling like this.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if I got any upsets this week, man.
It's an ugly week. I ain't gonna hold you, especially that Thursday night game is looking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I saw somebody tweet, they was like, yo, you can't even put a parlay together for this game. Like this shit looks awful.
Yeah, it's ugly. So if I had to pick one, I'm going gangrene over the Packers. Jets over Packers.
I was looking at that one too, but I was like, they can't do 2 upsets in a row.
Hey, listen, Packers right now is not as bad as the Broncos, not even close, but they're just not playing up to their potential right now. So until they get their life together, shit, they can lose anybody. I mean, they let the Giants come in and beat them, and the Jets have way more talent than the Giants, in my opinion.
Right.
And a better quarterback.
Giants just better coached.
Yeah.
But
so that'd be my pick of the week. And since I only only got one. Let me pick a lock of the week. Let's see what I got.
Ain't nothing
All
like
right.
a good old lock.
Yeah, let me not pick an easy game. So my lock of the week, I'm gonna go with Arizona over Seattle. They season on the line right now, I think.
Yeah, I like that.
You go down to 2-4. Granted, you're on the road at Seattle, tough place to play.
Mm-hmm.
Division game.
Right.
But if Kyler Murray and this squad don't win this game, they gonna be on the outside looking in. So it's a game they gotta have. They gotta make it happen. Again, if Cardinals don't turn it around quick too, I think Cliff Kingsbury on the hot seat too.
Big Cliff.
So that's gonna be my lock of the week. I think they come back, bounce back in a big way after taking another L.
Yeah. I
As
guess
always.
for me, I think my lock gonna be Cincy over the Saints. I think Cincy is hungry for a comeback win, a bounce back win after what happened in Baltimore. So I think I got Cincy over Saints. I still don't know if Jameis Winston is gonna be back. He might be already out. I don't even know. But I think they do for one. I think they do for I don't think it's gonna be easy because the Saints still got a good defense.
Yeah, we'll see. If Olave's out because he had the concussion, if Michael Thomas is still out, yeah, it's a wrap. Cincinnati got that one.
Yeah.
But if they can be close to health or at least have one of those receivers in there, they'll be able to put up a fight because their defense is so good.
Yeah, they got a good defense.
That's what keep them in the game. And you always got Kamara.
And Kamara
can do whatever he want out there. And Taysom Hill, who I want to score 4 touchdowns.
Right. Fucking Tebow.
Right.
So yeah, so any last words as we go into our hour or a little past it? I can't even keep up. But
yeah, I would say
what's up?
I don't think the Bills view Kansas City as a big bad wolf.
No,
I mean they've went in there, they won before. They were literally in position to win back in January in the playoffs. They know they can beat this team. I honestly believe they have a much better team.
Right.
And I just think they have the confidence, the talent, the mindset to go in there and take care of business. So I think they just have a confidence in themselves to know how good they are. So, I think expect them to take this win. They win this week. They definitely have the inside track to the 1 seed for sure. So I think they go out there and take care of business. I don't think it's going to be easy. I'm not expecting a blowout in either direction. I think it's going to be a tough, hard-fought game.
For sure. One in the fourth quarter, most likely.
Yeah, but I think Bills have just a better roster top to bottom.
Yeah, better roster. And just to add on to what you were saying, because I'm not going to make this too long, is that I think they understand the seriousness of this moment. Like Kansas City, I think at this point, they're confident enough in their building that they're pretty much probably like, hey, listen, we just won against a division rival. The Bills beat us in the regular season last year, so it is what it is. And I think they're confident enough to be like, listen, all right, y'all might beat us this Sunday. All right, we'll see y'all in the playoffs because we still got your number. On the Bills side, I think it's more of a, yes, we did beat y'all in the regular season last year, but we coming to beat that ass again.
Right.
And we coming to make a statement that we want that home field advantage and that y'all got to come to Buffalo this time. And I think that right there is enough motivation that you'll get the Bills. Like, we've seen the Bills clicking on all cylinders, but I really think you're going to get the most out of their top tier players. Like I said, Devon Millers, Josh Allen, Diggs, Davis, McKenzie, even the linemen, Dawkins, Saffold, Morris. Like, I think that all of their players who understand the moment are just going to take their game up to another level. Just because I think they all realize, if you speak to any veteran, they all going to say it's just the next game. But I think they all realize that if we make a statement here, unlike last year, we really know, okay, this ain't about just getting y'all back because y'all beat us in the championship game. No, this is about come to us. Come to us in January. Come to us in early February. And let's see if you're able to win in 13 seconds or just win that battle against our crowd. So yeah, I think it's the small things. It's going to be in the details. They got to make sure that they stay sharp. We don't need jittery Allen, or we don't need nobody feeling like they got to force anything. Just play the game. I think the experience, though, too, of being there twice last year. I mean, they went there twice in a span of 3 months. And one game they won in blowout fashion, the other game they lost in 13 seconds. So, I mean, 13 seconds away from being 2-0 in Arrowhead last year. So, like, this is not no spooky place. Like,
right.
So I think that they understand their moment, but I'll go back to what I said before, Von Miller. What'd you get him for?
What you paying him for?
What'd you
I mean,
get
granted, you paying for him in January. In
right. All of that.
Still.
But still, like you said, this is it. And he one of those guys that understands the moment. He understands what the importance is of this
big
game.
moments. He step up,
bro. He love it, man. And I always say that the good ones, the great ones, they realize moments, and that's when they put on a show.
Yeah, that's what they live for.
Like Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the prime example of bright lights. Okay, time to put on a show.
That's when I put my best performances on. That's when
he what? He put that shit on. So it's gonna be fun to see. Just the build up. I mean, every year now we're getting used to it. I mean, like people said, it's Marino and Kelly, it's Manning and Brady, it's Manning. I mean, it's Brady. Don't die over there. Nah, you good. But yeah,
almost got me.
Yeah, can't be dying.
Not on camera.
Yeah, not on camera. But yeah, so
yeah, it's the battle of the best. That's what it boils down to.
There's nothing else to say. We got to kick back, watch the game, man. Shout out to everybody who I seen at the game in Pittsburgh. I mean, at the game in Buffalo this past week. It was great seeing UZ. It was great.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the newlyweds.
Oh, word. Shout out to Dre and Julie. And everybody else. I mean, I shared my Instagram with a couple people there. You know, talking about the Bills pod with a couple people that was at the tailgate. So as you always say, man, y'all continue to share, like, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Absolutely.
We're in the middle of a Super Bowl run, y'all. So let's enjoy this. Let's continue to build up each other and just continue to spread that positivity throughout the town. Because it's a great time, y'all. Like, everybody who I talk to about the Bills, everybody's kind of in the same kind of thought process. It's like, wow, this team is great. You know, wow, this is, you know, and I just keep telling people, yo, just take it all in, because we saw
time to be alive.
Yes, it took us 30 years to get here. So
a lifetime,
bruh. So let's enjoy this moment, man. Come chill with us. Come listen to us once a week. You know, we'll try to be as consistent as we can. And yeah, any last words for you, man?
No, I'm just excited to watch this, man. You want to see a team go against the best, and we're gonna see it this week.
We're gonna see.
I'm looking forward to it, and it's a little bit later game, so I can watch Red Zone for a little bit. I'm gonna come through to the tailgate, kick it with y'all for a little
bit at the Bills Cafe, a little bit, little something.
We're gonna sauce it up for a little bit.
Yeah. But anyways, y'all, listen, we're gonna say go Sabres. We're gonna say go Bills.
Go Sabres. I'm at the home opener this week. I'm in there.
Are you there?
Let's get it. Oh yeah. Got to.
Ooh, okay.
Got to.
Okay, I respect it. But yeah, go Sabres, go Bills. And hopefully next week we'll be recapping a big
dubs.
W. So man, this is Val.
It's your boy Z. We'll see y'all next week, y'all. Love y'all.
Peace out, mother.
Appreciate y'all.